Welcome to Childcare Rockstar Radio. I am your host, Kris Murray. Childcare leaders around the globe are breaking through challenges, leading the way in innovation, testing new best practices, and impacting children and families in a much more powerful and positive way than ever before. Each week, join me for interviews with early childhood leaders and experts that will leave you inspired to become the next childcare rockstar. Now, let's go. This is Childcare Rockstar Radio, episode 143, featuring me, Kris Murray. Hey folks, I am thrilled to invite you back to the podcast and welcome you on into our first ever lunch episode. This is a mini podcast episode, should run about 15 minutes or so. And I will be popping these in between the standard 45 minute episodes that you are used to. So welcome into our first lunch and learn, as it were. And today's topic is Groundhog Day, the Groundhog Day economic outlook. Why am I calling it that? This episode is releasing on February 2nd. So happy Groundhog Day, everybody, if you're listening to this live upon release. And Groundhog Day signifies, based on the movie with Bill Murray, one of my favorite movies, and Annie McDowell. Based on that movie, always just reminds me of the premise, which is living the same day over and over and over again. And so here on February 2nd, 2023, I have noticed some noteworthy and newsworthy economic outlook announcements going on in our world, especially here in the United States. And I thought I would bring that to the podcast today. So this is a business outlook economic forecast episode with the theme of Groundhog Day. So let's dive right in. Before we do, I want to quickly thank my friends over at Zono Technologies. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of the Zono Sanitech cabinet, and I love it so much, created by my good friend Walter Mann. And so this episode is sponsored by Zono. And so I want to know, Zono wants to know, is your staff still spending hours every day manually disinfecting and sanitizing classroom items? If so, there's a way that they can stop all that. Stop wasting precious staff time and money and say hello to the Zono Disinfecting and Sanitization Cabinet, the future of classroom sanitization. And Walter Mann is the inventor of the Zono, and I've been friends with him for 12 years, and I'm a huge fan. With the Zono cabinet as your classroom's designated sanitizer, your staff and teachers can focus on what matters most, which is, of course, the kids and the babies in your care. And did I tell you that parents love the Zono? So Zono is actually one of your best marketing and enrollment friends and features and benefits in your program when you get one. As a Childcare Rockstar listener bonus, Zono Technologies has teamed up with the top early education financing experts to offer you a personalized financing quote. Get a Zono package deal, including shipping and placement inside your facility for as little as $430 a month with nothing down and no payments for the first 90 days. But think fast. This offer ends on April 30th of this year. So you've got just shy of 3 months to make a decision. And I encourage you to make it today and set up a quick 5-minute discovery call with Myron at 404-406-9713 to get started today, and visit them online at Zono, Zono, technologies.com. It's time to get Zonoed, y'all. So if you still haven't, it's time. It's a really smart thing to do, and it's going to help keep you recession proof. And that is the theme of today's quick lunch and learn episode. So I want to tell you about the news. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Google's parent, Alphabet Inc., the company that owns Google, just reported that they're going to cut 12,000 jobs, which is 6% of their workforce. Also this week, Microsoft said it would cut 10,000 jobs, which is the largest in 8 years. Wayfair is going to do a 10% workforce cut. Amazon is doing an 18,000 person cut. Meta, who own Facebook and Instagram and other technologies, is doing a 13% cut, which was announced just about a month ago at the end of 2022. So all in, and tech is the leader, right? Tech is typically in our industry right now, the leading force that signals to any savvy business owner or somebody reading the news and is paying attention what could be coming up. So what do you guys think that all means? So many other companies depend on those companies, the little mom and pop shops and the medium-sized companies, whether it's tech or non-tech, that those cuts will trickle down. And as people, as CEOs and COOs at the high levels and the tech companies continue to contract their payrolls and contract other spending, that's going to impact you, the childcare operator. How so, you may ask? So I know this very, very well because this is when I first got into business. I opened my shop in 2009, providing enrollment and marketing services to you. And coming out of 2008, when I worked with my pilot client, my beta client, Allison. And so we basically had to figure out a way to rise above and literally steal clients or find families that, figure out a way innovatively to find parents that were not getting laid off in the middle of the Great Recession and market harder and figure all of this out. So I helped Allison get back to full enrollment, and it took us just shy of a year to do that in the middle of the Great Recession. So now here we are again. It's Groundhog Day, 2023. Guess what is going to happen? This is my forecast for you. This is my prediction, is that you will start finding it more difficult to stay fully enrolled. And many of you have already come to us and told us that it's not so much now finding teachers and finding staff, although that is still a problem for many. And we're teaching all about how to do that all the time as well. But now it's going to circle back, and the pendulum is swinging the other direction, back to where it was in 2009, 2010. It's Groundhog Day once again, and we are seeing job cuts all over the place, especially starting with the tech companies. My prediction is that we're going to start seeing it across the United States, and maybe in small amounts, hopefully. And so your enrollment and your capability of lead flow and being able to stay fully enrolled directly correlates to the unemployment rate in this country and to the level of working parents. And so when people start getting laid off, the first thing to go is childcare daycare. First thing to immediately get cut. So I'm coming to you today to give you awareness, to give you a potentially red flag, to give you warning signs, but most of all, to give you some ideas. I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do. And again, this is a quick hit, lunch and learn. 3 things that you must have to survive if we are going to have a more full-bodied recession. Technically, we're already in one, but we're not really feeling it a lot because people are still shopping and spending money, although less so. I think we had a less robust holiday season than normal, and those actual figures will come out here shortly. And we're going to start seeing layoffs, guys. So what are the 3 things that you must have in your business, your childcare business, to survive this? Are you ready? Give me a drum roll. All right. So number 1, you must have enrollment data and tracking. You must have lead flow and lead data. You must be building your database of leads and know who those parents are and all about them, as much data as you can gather, and understand the dynamics of your enrollment metrics, which is how many leads, how many phone calls, how many no-shows to your tour, how many actual tours were completed, how many enrollments and registrations off of those tours. You must have that data. Week in, week out, month in, month out. I would love to see you pull it together for 2022 and prior years, put it into graphs and visuals, share it with your team, and really understand how to go pick up the money off the table based on your actual data. And that's what we teach all day long. We teach those benchmarks. We teach where your gaps are, and we coach you to fill those gaps. And we coach your teams and your enrollment specialists and your directors on how to fill those gaps with great phone and tour skills. That's what we do. That's the core of what we do. So that's number one. Number two is you need enrollment skilled people. You need people that understand how to build rapport and trust, how to engage parents, be friendly, be knowledgeable, be trustworthy, show off their sales pro techniques, and really reach out and build rapport with parents walking into your school and calling your school. You need enrollment pros, enrollment specialists. You need enrollment people that will dive into your CRM systems and actually know how to follow up with people and dig in there for more leads and help you maximize those systems. So that's number two, is you need enrollment skilled people. Number three, you heard me just mention it. I highly recommend that you have a CRM system, customer relationship management software. There are two main ones in the childcare space. Childcare CRM is the longest veteran, and IntelliKid Systems has been around 4, 5, or 6 years and is excellent as well. And I've interviewed both of them on the podcast. So, did I interview Jared? I think I did. Anyway, he's the founder. I interviewed his mom, Carol, if I didn't interview him. But regardless, I've been talking about them for a long, long time, both companies. And of course, I interviewed the founder of Childcare CRM, Chuck Gibbs. So those are the three things that you need, guys, to survive this recessionary trend. Could potentially could become a war of trying to keep and enroll parents so that you can survive. And I hope it doesn't get to that. And so the fourth thing that you need, and I'll just mention it real quick, is you need retention strategies, because it actually costs you a lot more time and money to go out and get and enroll new families than it does to retain the ones that you got. Keep the ones that you got. And so being open and honest about what's happening, if you're looking at your local economy and you're seeing recession, layoffs happening in your neighborhoods and in your towns, then you need to speak to your parents very much open and honest and say, hey, we have a plan and a program for how you can keep your child with us at least part-time while you're looking for work, and have them stay with you even while they're laid off. And so have those conversations up front, give them some tools, give them some strategies, and maybe even bring in experts that can do some parent seminars around the topic. But tighten that loyalty fence now. Tighten it before they get laid off. So you need retention strategies. Keep the ones you already got. All right. So write those down. Enrollment data and tracking your leads and digging into your lead data. Enrollment skilled people, got to have it. And then your CRM system, worth its weight in gold, and then retention strategies. So there's actually 4. I gave you a bonus one because I always like to give bonuses. So go after it. I'm going to end this episode here in a moment. And as promised, this is a lunch episode. I could talk about this for hours, have before. And I'm sure that coming up in the next few weeks or months, we'll do another live enrollment bootcamp cohort, because I haven't taught it live in quite some time. I think it's been 18 months or so since I've taught it live. And this is the time that you and your teams need it most. Your directors, your enrollment specialists, and you as the owner need a refresh on all of these strategies and new strategies. We've got new strategies coming down all the time. So with that, just be aware that these layoffs are happening. They're happening at the high level of tech companies. If you're in the Bay Area with your childcare center, and many of you are, this is going to impact you first. You're out front. You're the forefront of this. And so I want to help you. I want to help everybody around the world manage this problem and win. Because if we get back into a place where we're fighting a war on trying to keep and enroll parents to stay alive and keep our doors open, which is what happened in 2008, 2009, then you're going to need as much of me and my team and these strategies as you can get. So thanks for tuning in. First lunch episode ever, Childcare Rockstar Radio. And I'm so glad to be with you and have you in my world. And I look forward to working with you soon. And you can learn more about us at childcaresuccess.com. And if you want to learn more about coaching with us in the academy and getting that direct enrollment help and support 24/7, you just go to childcaresuccess.com and click book a strategy session at the top, schedule a strategy call. And then you will learn more about the academy, the Childcare Success Academy. But certainly there's also courses and all sorts of things in our course catalog section of our website. And I'd love to hear your questions. So if you have a question related to this, you can go to childcaresuccess.com/podcast. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see a little black button that says, send us a voice message. And you click that. And I look forward to hearing your voice and playing it to the world on the podcast live soon. Okay. Take care and God bless. And we'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. I hope you liked this episode of Childcare Rockstar Radio. If you did, please share it with someone you know and help spread the word to your friends in our industry and on social media. Childcare business success is my passion, and I'm honored to be on this journey with you. As a thank you for listening, learn more about how to grow your business and make more income with our brand new free quiz, the What's My Number One Income Killer quiz, exclusively for preschool and childcare owners. Take the quiz today at childcarequiz.com to discover what your number one income killer is and how to solve it. Take care and God bless.